Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a great day so far. I had to be out today, and I hate to miss today because we're working on our writing. So I wanted to record this video so you can still get the full lesson. So I hope you will take advantage of that. Before I forget, and while I'm starting to present, I hope you will take the time to do your attendance. You need to do your attendance. So don't forget that. Go into your classroom. You will not be counted present unless you do your attendance. So go do it right now. Don't wait. Okay. So I just want to walk you through the slides, and I will actually post these slides for you as well, so you can go through them yourself. But today we're going to be, you've got a bell ringer that you need to work on, and it is just a short little preposition activity. You can use your anchor chart from yesterday. You just fill in the blank with a preposition. Super easy. It won't take you 5 minutes. Okay, I've already said do your attendance. I'm going to say it again. Do your attendance. And then I've got a little video for you to hopefully inspire you a little bit. Jeremy Anderson. And then we're going to be working on writing an explanatory introduction. First period, your lunch choices are teriyaki beef bites or teriyaki chicken. So Emily or let's see who else is in there. Elise or Emily, if one of you will take the lunch counts and give it to the sub, that would be awesome. I know you will. Thank you. I'm counting on you guys to do your best today. Okay. So here's the message. You were not born to be average by Jeremy Anderson. I'm not going to play it right now. It's in your slides. I want you to go watch this. So good. Because you were not born to be average. I've told you that. All the problems and everything going on in the world right now, I think you all are going to solve those problems. So we're thinking still about what can cause a sudden change in someone's life. And today we're actually going to start writing to this writing prompt, how does Scrooge's character transform over the course of the play? Our objective is to write this explanatory essay. And today we're working specifically on introducing the topic clearly and using the introduction to prepare the reader for what's to follow. So we're just going to break it down into small pieces. So if you will go ahead in your Google Classroom, I have assigned the writing prompt. That's where you're going to be working on yours. I'm going to do an example for you. So you're not going to be writing what I'm writing. Mine is an example. You will need to write your own. So in an informative explanatory essay, there's 3 parts. We've got the introduction where we introduce the topic. We've got the body, which are the points of we'll have 3 paragraphs because we have 3 points. And then our conclusion. So ours will look like this. Our introduction, a paragraph about how Scrooge changed in relation to his family, a paragraph about how Scrooge changed in relation to his employee, and a paragraph about how Scrooge changed in relation to the poor in his community, and then your conclusion. But we're not doing all that today, so don't stress. All right, we're just going to focus on the introduction. That's the big piece that we're working on today, and it will contain 3 parts, a compelling hook, some background information, and a thesis statement. And you may be thinking, what is a thesis statement? And that is just the sentence in the introduction that clearly defines the topic that we're discussing and includes the points that are going to be identified that are going to be in the body of the paper. All right, so how do we write a compelling hook? There are a few ways you can grab your reader's attention. You can write a powerful statement. You can write a fact or statistic. Like you could look up how many people don't like Christmas. That would be a great statistic for our paper. You could write an intriguing question. You could start with a quote from the book, something that Scrooge says, bah humbug, and you can use a simile or a metaphor as a hook or some onomatopoeia. Okay. I'm just keeping mine kind of simple as the example for you. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to open with a question. Did you ever know anyone who hated Christmas? The next thing, that's simple, right? Simple. Okay. The next thing you need is some background information. We have to explain what we're going to be talking about. We have to pretend our reader knows nothing. So we need to pretend they've not read the story, they've never heard of A Christmas Carol, nothing. So let's look at what this is going to look like. So I just left what I'd already written in regular text and I bolded my new information. This is my background information. So, and you always read and reread your writing, of course. Did you ever know anyone who hated Christmas? Well, let me introduce you to Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. Scrooge is the main character in the famous drama A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Scrooge hates Christmas and hates people. He basically hates everything. Scrooge's deceased business partner shows him a vision of his past, present, and future in an attempt to plead with him to change before it is too late. Jacob Marley's warning is enough to scare Scrooge into becoming a much different person. That's a lot. I needed a lot of background information because there's a lot that I'm going to explain in this story. Now, a couple of things you need to make sure you do. You need to make sure that you that you give the title and that you give the author and that you put quotation marks around the title because this is a play or a drama. All right. The third thing you need in your introduction, you are going to brainstorm your ideas and write a thesis statement. We've already brainstormed. This will be the easiest part. We've already done a lot of the work for the body. So, and I feel like you might not be able to see this here. There we go. So I added on my thesis, which is Scrooge experiences a change that will affect the way he treats his family, his employee, and even the poor in his community. So do you see in my thesis statement, I'm saying that he changed, and I'm actually identifying the 3 points that are going to be the 3 paragraphs in the body of my essay: his family, his employee, and the poor. Okay. Now, that was my introduction. You need to write your own introduction. You can use mine as a model, but you can't copy it. So do not have that as your introduction. That won't be good. That was not going to get a good grade. Okay. So the next thing that you need to do, I want you also to write, I may switch back and forth. I want you to write a couple of pieces of the body of the essay as well for tomorrow. The introduction should not take you that long, but good news is we've already done all the work in the body. That's the hardest part. So we are just going to take our the information in our graphic organizers and put that in paragraph form. You may have to add some words or phrases to connect the ideas. So you will just go to your graphic organizer. You'll take the one that says family. That was the biggest, most important change for him. So we will talk about it first. And I'm just going to literally take these points and write them in a paragraph. So I can say I've already rephrased this from the book. So I may need a connecting sentence. I will need a topic sentence. So I will have to say something like, Scrooge's biggest change comes in the way he treats his family. In the beginning of the story, Scrooge's nephew had invited him for Christmas dinner, and Scrooge responded that he did not celebrate Christmas. He even went so far as to say, I'd rather see myself dead than with your family. And I can quote that as long as I use quotation marks around it. The change starts to take place. I'm just giving you an example of what I would write. The change takes place when Christmas past takes Scrooge to see himself as a young boy, where he remembers being very alone. He did not have many friends when he was young, and then his father sent him away to boarding school. His fiancée ended up breaking up with him when he was older because he only cared about money. Christmas present then takes Scrooge to see his niece and nephew, where he witnesses them making fun of him and how much he hates Christmas. Seeing these visions causes a change in him, and in the end of the story, Scrooge ends up going to spend Christmas dinner at his niece and nephew's home. That would be an example of what I could write for the body, paragraph 1 in my body of my essay. So I hope that's not confusing. Paragraph 1 is my introduction. Paragraph 2 is the first point in the body of my essay. Okay? So you will do this for family, and then you will write a paragraph for poor, the poor. The paragraph that you did the graphic organizer for today, I'm recording this yesterday, the paragraph, the graphic organizer that you did on your own, the one about work, I want to save that one for tomorrow. I don't want to do that one today, okay? So you are going to write today 3 paragraphs that are due tomorrow. Your introduction, you've got mine to look at. If you need to go back and listen to this again to get an idea, you cannot write what I said exactly. But if you need to listen to what I said again, that you can write as paragraph 2 about the family, you can. And then you need to write paragraph 3 about, well, work we're saving. I should have put on this slide the poor. I wish I could change that because that's the one we did together was the poor. Okay, so introduction, family, and the poor. All right. I know you guys are going to do a great job on this. I'm just going to review what you've got to turn into me. You've got, number 1, your attendance. That's the most important thing. Number 2, you've got your bell ringer, which you're filling in prepositions. That should just take 2 minutes. And then you've got 3 paragraphs in your essay that should be due tomorrow. So I know it may take you a little longer than what you get done in class time, but I really want to have tomorrow to share some of our writing, to look at some of your introductions, to finish our conclusion, because on Thursday and Friday, I would like for us to watch the movie A Christmas Carol. So let's get our work done so we can do that. We cannot watch the movie if we've not done our work. So let's get this finished up. I'm super proud of your writing. That's really the thing I'm the most proud of you this year, is how much you've grown in your writing. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure that you are, working the entire time. Use your class time wisely. I will be able to log on. When I log on tomorrow, I'm going to be looking to see who's got their work finished. Okay. All right. I appreciate you. I miss you, and I will see you tomorrow.